Welcome back, everybody. All right, let's go pick up these crabs here. So they've been sitting for about 2 days. Today is January 26th. What do we got here? 5 traps, pogie. We're gonna reset with chicken and a little bit of fish. Also pogie again. Pogie is menhaden. So let's see what we get. It's cold. This is shallow water. Not expecting a whole lot, but let's see what happens. Number one. Let's see. Feels heavy. That's a good one there. Look at that. Oh yeah, 4 or 5 crabs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's fantastic. Mac Daddy coming in there. There it is. Come on, little girl. All right. See crabs. All right. Hitting some pay dirt here. So what do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5, and that one's like purple. Damn, that one is beautiful. I brought my tongs. We could take a look at them. That purple. Crazy, isn't it? All right, man. So look, I'm wearing sunglasses, and I may be tripping out right now, but that looks pretty freaking purple. And it's awesome. I don't know, that's pretty cool, isn't it? Nice and rusty. And that means it's a heavier crab, but this is such a tiny crab, it really doesn't matter how rusty, because we are not gonna keep it. Nice purple color. Interesting. All right, send it back. Dirt, mud. Ugh. Not great. Just 1, 2, 3, 4 crabs, 1 female that's very pregnant, 2 females that are very pregnant. Everything in here is going back. Everything's going back. Just toss it all back. See those pregnant females? That little sac that they have there, that is their egg sac, and that will deliver about 1 million crabs per pregnant female. So let's do that, girls. Let's do that. I'll keep this. Keep that. Couple. 3, 4. 4 crabs. All definitely keepers. Female's huge, so I may keep her, but otherwise, definitely keepers. He's a monster. He's spitting at me. Looks like I was almost free, Brad. Leave that little one in there. And then just throw some fish right on top of this. Two and a baby. 2 and a baby. Well, it didn't close out the strongest, but started off good. Nice about this wintertime crabbing in the cold water is that your bait will last a little bit longer. No tongs. them purple guys. This is some good ones. Look at that. Those are tiny. That's a rusty bad boy there. God, he's huge. That's the crab of the day. So we got the female and the male, or the Jimmy and the Sook. So this is the Jimmy. It's got the narrow apron. Does not have the orange claws. This is a Sook, or a female. It's got that ovular apron. Very pretty here in the sun. That's the big female, and I feel like I want to keep her. See, the problem down here in Florida is that these are like, the females are never full. Comment if you've had other experiences, but I just feel like they're always kind of small, or kind of light, I'm sorry. I'll toss her back. All the females. All the females, as a matter of fact. There you go. It's worth keeping. So we got. All right, that'll close things out. Let's go cook some crab cakes. See you back at the house. Stopped by Publix today to get some supplies for the crab cake cook-off. Expensive Publix, man. All right, so this is probably excessive, but here's the setup for what we're gonna do to steam these crabs. I got this puppy going hot. So it's got vinegar and water in there. Underneath. All right, I guess we caught about 20. Kept maybe 12. All the big ones, all the nice ones. All right, let's get these in there. I always like to start off with the small ones. Line it up with the small ones. Then come in with the big ones. Again, this pot is serious overkill. Serious overkill. I need like half of this size. Coming in hot with the JO #2, baby. Give it that fresh from the crab house flavor. So this is how I set up every single crab cake. I always cook the crabs like this. All right, 25 minutes with as few crabs as we have in here. Probably less, maybe like 20 minutes. All right, about 20 minutes later, let those cool and we'll pick those. Next crab cake, whatever that is. Welcome back to Cooking Crabs with Brad. This is the crab cake cook-off, and if you didn't know, we're gonna go through about 30 of the crab cake recipes in this here book, Crab Cookbook by Whitey Schmidt. So today, this is #2. We're gonna do the Thomas Point crab cake. All right, after a quick review, Thomas Point crab cake looks like a pretty solid recipe. I'm gonna go ahead and give it a 7. And unlike the last one, it has a binder. It's got, in my opinion, too much of a binder. It's got 3 pieces of bread that it once cubed up. Seems like slightly too much. So the dash, it calls for a dash of a few things, and that leaves a lot up for interpretation. I would rather know, just tell me what you want. It's missing some parsley, missing some Worcestershire, and I'm curious of the mustard, the ground mustard. I've never used ground mustard. Interested to see how that turns out. Also, it calls for seafood seasoning. I would prefer if you tell me what kind of seafood seasoning goes best with this thing, because I feel like there's like 4 or 5 that we could try. You know, typically I go Old Bay, but I got some Danos. Maybe we could try that. I don't really want to try that. Probably going to go Old Bay. I think I got some, I don't know, some cayenne seafood seasoning. So anyway, let's do this. It calls for cooking oil, all right?
anytime they're gonna call for a cooking oil, I'm gonna go with canola oil. Just feel like that makes it taste really, really good. Okay, so let's run through this real quick here. We have 2 egg yolks, 2 tablespoons of mayonnaise, 1 teaspoon of dry mustard, 1 dash of hot sauce, 1 dash seafood seasoning, 1 dash of lemon. Then we have a 1/4 cup chopped celery, 1/4 cup chopped onion, and 4 tablespoons chopped green pepper. It also calls for 3 slices of chopped bread, which I've cubed out into about 1/4 inch. And then we also have 1 pound fresh back fin crab meat. Best practices for me, I always use the back fin or the body meat for crab cakes and things, and I try and keep it all exclusively that. All right, Thomas Point crab cakes, let's give this thing a go. Let's do it. That is a lot of it. Fold this in slowly. All right. That's what we're looking at. I mean, it's not bad. I don't know. It looks okay. I see a lot of bread, man. I see a lot of bread, and the bread looks dry. Let's see. Pretty solid crab cake looking mix here. I'll give you a close up in a moment, but I'm going to go, I think I said 9 on that last one. And I'm going to give this one an 8.5 because it also looks really good. We got the difference in colors with all of the different veggies in there. You know, the bread, you really can't hardly tell that there's bread in there because it just is kind of white. So it all matches. But look at that. Solid. Good looking crab cakes. All right, we'll put these in the refrigerator for about an hour. And then we'll cook 2 in the skillet, 2 in the broiler. And I'll give a couple to my neighbors, other neighbors as well. Still haven't gotten that crab cake recipe. I'll get it. I'll get it. All right, these have been sitting in there for about an hour. We're gonna toss them on the broiler. Again, we're doing 2 styles of cooking here. We're gonna go with what they call for in the book, which in this case, they want us to go on a heavy frying pan with cooking oil, and we're gonna go canola oil. For the broiler, just because I want to, I feel like there's different tastes and you get different flavors out of the different cooking methods. I love the broiler, but I wanna honor what they wanna do in the recipe, so we're gonna do that. All right, we'll be back in about 15 minutes for that. Maybe finish it off on the top rack for 1 minute. All right, so I want this on medium. Nice heavy frying pan. Just let that get warmed up. All right, so we're trying to brown these for about 3 to 4 minutes per side. So flip it gently. That looks good to me. Same with this one. And then when these are done, we're going to go ahead and set them on the paper towel so that we can get them kind of dried out from the grease. Lots of grease, lots of oil here. So we'll use this when the time comes. But those are looking really good. Those look really good. Staying together pretty well. Nice golden brown. Whew. Let's take a quick look at those. I don't even think I'm going to put those on the top at all. I feel like those are done. I'm going to bring those out. That looks good though. Let both of these cool. And that looks really good. There's your broiled. So before we jump into this, I want to make a note here that I think the skillet, these turned out better looking than the broiler this time, whereas Judy's, it was the opposite. But I'm no broiler snob. If there's a number 2 pick, it's going to be fried with canola. Dry mustard, I'm really curious about that. I just don't really know what it's going to taste like within the crab cake. I tried some and it's different. I don't really know. Also the bread, I just thought that there was a lot, and I see that there's other recipes where they call for the bread to be like kind of like soaked in milk a little bit for a couple minutes and then tossed in that way. So I don't know, maybe it looked a little bit dry. I'm hoping that these don't turn out dry. This one looks dry for sure, but let's give it a go here. We'll start with the original in the skillet, and it looks fantastic. I mean, this really does look good. All right, that's nice. I don't know if there's a better way to do this. I don't think that works. I like that. I'm telling you, they're like just different worlds. Judy's was very good, but this is good with the bread. I really like it with the bread too. You gotta try it as is. Love the veggies, celery, green pepper, onion, delicious. I'm gonna dive in and say, this is an 8. I don't know about the dry mustard. I'm not really sure what that does for it. Maybe one less piece of bread would be good, but this is a very good crab cake. I would definitely give it an 8. Judy's beats Thomas Point crab cake, but Judy's crab cake didn't have any filler, so I feel like that's an unfair advantage. But this is really good, especially the way that they cook it within the canola oil, the way that I cooked it in the canola oil. It's good. I'm curious how the broiler tastes. I'm telling you, the broiler does not disappoint. This one is not as juicy as Judy's or as the one in canola oil, the Thomas Point crab cake in canola oil. That one was also pretty juicy. This one tastes a little bit drier. I mean, either way, you can't go wrong. Just can't go wrong. It's a little too big. Easy does it there, Brad. All right, we're gonna wrap it up. So, Thomas Point So, Thomas Point crab cake. Pretty good. Definitely gets an 8. Just to recap on the visual before you cook it, an 8.5 I would say. On the visual after it's cooked, probably about a 8. Taste 8. And the 7 on the recipe is what I thought before I started this whole thing off. Improvements. Actual mustard. Throw some Worcestershire in there. It was almost too much of the veggies. I feel like there was almost a little bit too much. Maybe just tone that back slightly. Maybe go 2 full eggs instead of just the yolks. Otherwise, it was good. 1 less piece of bread. Not bad. Thomas Point crab cakes, the crab cookbook. Crab cake number 2. Hope y'all enjoyed cooking crabs with Brad. If you have any improvements, let me know. If you have any comments, please definitely feel free to chime in. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Love my Jimmy's and Sooks family. Keep on coming back. Let's check out number 3. I'm not sure when it'll happen, but it will when it will. And I hope it's delicious. Keep being good to each other. Peace.